Hey guys, it's Ben, coach of the Baltimore Oriolus, here with IBL Week 8. We are taking on Austin, coach of the Lawrence Talonflames. His team consists of Tapu Bulu, Mega Charizard X, Empoleon, Round 4 Spiritomb, Uxie, Hitmonlee, Mudsdale, Raikou, Garbodor, and Slurpuff. So Austin is a good pal, but looking at upcoming weeks, after this we have to take on, let's see, let me pull this up, bloop. We have to take on Tyler, then Kress, then who do we take on week 11? Jacob, and then Darude. So those are 3 L's. So I really gotta take my wins where I can get them, and Austin is definitely beatable. So I really gotta win this game. We are currently sitting at what, 4-3. I don't remember what Austin was sitting at this point. It's been like a few weeks since this game. So yeah, let's hop right into the team. First up, we got Whimsicott. This set is so AIDS. Leech Seed Substitute Encore Moonblast. The idea is Whimsicott can, if he sends in Charizard or Whimsicott, I can sub on his Dragon Dance, and I Encore him into Dragon Dance, and I could get up a free Leech Seed on whatever he wants to send in. Tapu Bulu would be a little bit annoying since I can't seed it. Same with Spiritomb, except that I can just Moonblast that instead. So if I can get rid of the Bulu, Whimsicott really just Leech Seeds everything. Yeah, this set is so AIDS. I want to make Austin rage. Next up, we got Tentacruel. Acid Spray, Scald, T-Spikes. This is basically just here for the T-Spikes because he has, what, Garbodor for his grounded poison, and his removal is what, like Empoleon? And, well, Hitmonlee isn't the best spinner in the game. I like using Hitmonlee for spin, but I don't think that's a very popular opinion. So yeah, he has a lot of Mons that are weak to T-Spikes, so I'm definitely bringing that this week. Liquid Ooze is like the ability I'm bringing like every time because, you know, well, Bulu has Horn Leech in this matchup, so that is the thing that can come in handy. Also, Slurpuff has Drain Punch. Not that he would click it in front of Tentacruel. Oh yeah, that's another reason I'm bringing Tentacruel, because he's got the Slurpuff. That's a scary boy. I have to run, like, I need all of my Mons to have something for Slurpuff, otherwise I get dead happen to me. That's another reason why I have Encore on Whimsicott. I can Encore the Slurpuff into Belly Drum if I, like, I send in Whimsicott hard on the Slurpuff, and I Encore it into Belly Drum if it wants to go for that, and I totally screw him over there. So yeah, next up we got Sliggoo. This set, man. Alright, so Sap Zipper makes it a perfect switch into Bulu. Bulu really can't do much to Sliggoo. And I can just set up curses in front of it. Like, Zard is annoying, but if I can set up a few curses, even Zard won't be able to break me. Then I rest up, I heal up all the health back, yay. Then I click return, because that's a powerful move and stuff. His only resists are Empoleon and, well, Spiritomb's immune, but Spiritomb shouldn't be too hard to get rid of. That's basically the goal here, get rid of Spiritomb and open the door for, like, Sliggoo and Mew. So, Mew, we got Sub Calm on Psychic Roost. This is, like, the best set to ever Mew set. Like I said, we gotta get rid of the Spiritomb first. Empoleon is a bit annoying, but if it doesn't have Roar, I can set up in front of it. And those are his only Psychic Resists. Yeah. So, Mew is hopefully gonna put in work once Spiritomb is gone. Next up, we have Infernape, because SD Infernape is, like, the best Infernape to ever Infernape. We have a Swords Dance, Flare with Mach Punch, Close Combat. Those are really the only coverage moves I need for this matchup. +2 Flare Blitz, one-shots Uxie after Rocks, I think. Might need a teeny bit more chip. I believe it one-shots Spiritomb from full. Zard is annoying for this set, because he can take a hit. Raikou can Revenge Kill, and that's about it. I think Mudsdale gets bopped by a +2 Flare Blitz. Yeah, this is a really good Infernape set. I just need a little bit of chip on Mons, like, again, Raikou and Charizard, and this thing can just sweep. Also, I believe I'm trying to outspeed an Adamant max speed Charizard, so if he's Jolly, he'll just outspeed me anyway. Next up, we have Swellow, because what is his Moonburst switch in? Is just Empoleon, and getting rid of Empoleon would be really nice for Mons like, again, Mew, Whimsicott too, Tentacruel, because Tentacruel and Empoleon kind of wall each other. Yeah, so yeah, getting rid of Empoleon would be really nice. And Swellow kind of baits it in, and it doesn't really pick it off, because Empoleon doesn't exactly take much from the Boomburst, but it's still a really good chip on a Mon that doesn't have Sustain. And Boomburst is really the only move I need, because it's still doing more damage to Empoleon than, like, Heat Wave or any other move. It's still doing more than, like, a Hidden Power, I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't feel like doing the math. Yeah, U-turn for Momentum, Defog, and Quick Attack, because literally I have no idea what other move I would want to run. So that is the team. And let's just bloop. Top right into the replay. So he's going to bring the Raikou, Empoleon, Mudsdale, Charizard, Tapu Bulu, and Uxie. So there's no Spiritomb at all. So boom, the door is wide open for Sliggoo and Mew to put in work. So that's pretty cool. I think I went down to time on choosing a lead because I didn't really know what I wanted to lead. I didn't really think it through. So I decided that I would just lead Swellow to pressure whatever he would want to lead. Except that like something like Empoleon wouldn't really get pressured, but nonetheless. Let's just hop right into the replay here. So he's going to lead with the Raikou as I lead with Swellow. So I could just stay in and go for the Boom Burst because I do expect him to use Rash Nature. And in fact, it is revealed, well, you'll see here in a second. But I made sure to keep this in mind. It is revealed that Raikou is in a Cherish Ball, and it is shiny. That just screams Aura Sphere. So he's got to be Rash Nature and Aura Sphere. But like on the off chance he's Scarf, I do want to preserve Swellow as it does put in a lot of work in this game. And also, like, the switch into Sliggoo is pretty free anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to go straight into Sliggoo here. I see he's going to go for the Thunderbolt. So he's not afraid of a Boom Burst. Maybe he's Scarf. There's no way of knowing yet. Except that he goes hard into Empoleon. He doesn't Volt Switch out, so that tells me he might be Choice Locked. So yeah, he goes into Empoleon here. And I should mention that this is a remake, because Austin and I were playing, like, up to... well, a couple turns after this, before we disconnected, so that was fun. So this is a redo of that. He does reveal to have knockoff on Empoleon as I go for the Curse. And I kind of screwed up on the Calyx because the Calyx were saying I'd be taking a lot less from Ice Beam than I actually was. That's because I forgot to remove Eviolite, so that's fun. So Ice Beam's going to be doing a lot of damage to Sliggoo. And it is going to be a roll to... knockout, and I'm just gonna pause it here for a sec. So yeah, I think the next Ice Beam was a roll in the first game we played, but he got a freeze. So we were saying, what are we gonna do about the freeze? Are we gonna try to remake that? And he got another freeze. So I'm not sure if that's lucky or if it's disgusting. Maybe a bit of both. Yeah, he gets the freeze on the Sliggoo again. So. In the first one, I was able to live on, like, 3 and rest up. Well, I got frozen the turn I clicked rest, but... so yeah, we're going to start from playing from here again. So I'm going to go hard into Infernape on the Ice Beam, as he had to click Ice Beam there. He couldn't let himself click another move. So Infernape is in, and now he's going to be scared of the fighting move, so I'm going to pull a double into whatever the crap I wanted to pull the double into. Whimsicott? Okay. On the Uxie, I believe. I believe Uxie was a dedicated switch. Yeah, that is the Uxie. So now I just go for the sub, as he could just go for rocks or something, but I don't want to click Encore yet, because I want to click Encore in front of the Zard. I want to shut it down. That's what I have to do first before I can start Encoring something else, because I don't want to reveal it. So now I have the sub up, and I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed. I could Encore him into rocks, but I don't want, like I said, I don't want to reveal that, so. Seeds are up. Uxie's going to be doing jack shit to me. As it is going to go for a Psyshock, and I believe he gets like a very high roll here. I think Austin might have sent me the spread, I don't remember, but if I remember correctly, a non-invested Uxie should be doing like 21 to 25 or so, so he gets like a really high roll with Psyshock if he is non-invested, which I'm pretty sure he was, so with that in mind, I am just going to go for another sub, as I don't expect him to be able to break my sub on this next one. And I don't remember if he breaks it or not. So let's find out. Yeah, he got another high roll and broke the sub again. You know, again, assuming he didn't have any investment, which wouldn't make any sense because I believe this was his dedicated Infernape check. So I am chipping him down a bit, and now he is in range of a +2 Infernape's Flare Blitz. And I am just slowly losing health over time, so he sees that it's not going to be worth it to take so much damage, so he's going to go into Mudsdale here. On my Leech Seed. Right, I went for the double Leech Seed, and I missed. So now the Heavy Slam is incoming, as there's no other move he would be able to click here. So I'm just going to pull a switch straight into Mew, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to go into Mew. And I'm going to try to set up in front of Mudsdale, I'm pretty sure. Heavy Slam would not break my sub, but an Earthquake would, so I can't exactly sub up in front of this thing. I don't think Heavy Slam breaks, might be a roll, but I think I just go straight for a Calm Mind. Because again, he didn't bring the Spirit Tomb, so he's gonna send in the Raikou on Mew. I don't remember why he would do that because I do set up the sub. Okay, maybe I was scouting for like a I don't know what I was thinking there, but he's gonna click Thunderbolt on my Calm Mind, and I did run this calc. I can take a Thunderbolt at +1 after my sub breaks, and then heal right back up. So that is the plan. And I just don't remember what happens from here on out. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. He's going to Thunderbolt again, and Mew is going to hang on, and I'm going to get off the Roost. So Mew's back up to like half health, still at +1, so he knows he can't win this war, so he's got to switch out Raikou here. Otherwise, it would just be total setup fodder for Mew. And he's going to send in Bulu. Scary boy. So I don't know if this thing could be Scarf. I don't know if it could be Z-Move because it is one of his Z-Captains. But I believe I just go for the Substitute to Scout, or do I just hard switch? I think I hard switched, actually, because if he was like Scarf Woodhammer, he would be doing so much damage to me, it would not be worth it to risk Mew. So I'm going to go straight into Sliggoo to Scout right, because Sliggoo isn't doing anything anyway. And if he wanted to lock himself into a Grass move, that would have been perfect. So he's going to go for the Mega Horn, which is a very scary move. And it is going to land, and Sliggoo's going to drop. So now do I just go straight into Tentacle? No, I go into Infernape. So I know he has to preserve the Bulu. So this is a free Swords Dance for me. As he is going to pull the switch straight out into Uxie, which is, again, his Infernape switch in. And I get the free Swords Dance. And Uxie is indeed in range of a +2 Adamant Life Orb Flare Blitz from an Infernape. Such a good mod. So that's just what I'm going to click here. I'm going to go straight for the Flare Blitz. And, yeah, Uxie's going to drop. He does still have mons like Charizard and Raikou in the back, which can still revenge kill Infernape, so depending on what he wants to send in here, I might be willing to sack Ape, because just getting off big damage on mons like, again, Zarda and Raikou is just really huge for my mons later in the game, because I don't really have a lot for Raikou. Mew can set up in front of it, but I can't switch in. My switch-ins are like Whimsicott, which, I mean, it can sort of switch in, but if it wants to lock itself into like an HP Ice or something, that could be kind of scary. And also, Swellow won't be able to one-shot it in full, so I do choose to sack Infernape just to get off good damage on Raikou. In hindsight, that might not have been the best idea, because preserving Ape would be nice for mons later in the game, like Empoleon and Bulu. But at the time, I felt like that was my best call. So we're going to roll with it. I'm going to send in Whimsicott here against the Raikou. I believe I just go straight for the sub. Well, we're about to find out. He's going to pull the switch into Charizard. Unfortunately, I don't have rocks. Did I even bring rocks to this game? I don't think I did. Am I dumb? But I get up a Leech Seed. Okay, I didn't bring rocks. But I get up a Leech Seed against the Zard. So now I can go for the sub on what I can only presume is a Dragon Dance. But one way or another, this is a very easy substitute for me. If he wants to go for the Flare Blitz, I can scout for that here. And also, he'd be taking recoil damage, he'd be taking extra Leech Seed damage, so sub is overall a pretty safe play for me. I also don't really have a switch into this thing, so I don't really have another play. So I'm going to set up the sub here, protect myself from any move he might want to click this turn. As he is going to go for the Dragon Dance, he has fallen into my trap. So he's a +1, but doesn't matter, because Whimsicott has Prankster. So yeah, he's going to be locked into Dragon Dance here on the Encore, which I'm about to click if once I heal up from my lefties and Leech Seed. Whimsicott is a really disgusting Pokemon. I used to hate it, now I love it. I love fucking with people like that. So now he's locked into Dragon Dance, and I'm going to be able to lock him into that every time he breaks out of the Encore, because Prankster is an amazing ability. So he's locked into that. So I get a free Leech Seed here on his switch, because even if he doesn't switch, I don't lose anything anyway. Unless he goes into Bulu. Which he might have gone into Bulu here, I don't remember. Yeah, but he is, of course, going to switch. As he's going to go into... What is that again? That's the Mudsdale. Yeah, that's the Mudsdale. Oh, I clicked Moonblast. Oh, I guess maybe I was predicting the Bulu. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't click Seeds there. But okay. So we get off a little bit more chip on the Mudsdale. And I could just pull a switch straight into Mew on the Heavy Slam. But I am going to just stay in and get Seeds up, because that's kind of free. Because, you know, I still have the sub. because after this turn, once my sub is broken, he might be able to go for the Earthquake. I don't remember what he clicks, but yeah, my sub is now broken from the Mudsdale's Heavy Slam, but seeds are also up, so if I want to pull a switch into something like Mew, now would be the time. I believe Mew is, like, basically at full. Yeah, I did switch it out against the Bulu after I roosted up, and hadn't sent it back in after that. So now I'm going to pull the switch straight into Mew, as Mudsdale is essentially set up fodder. He's going to go for the Heavy Slam and do no damage, and I'm just going to heal up with Leech Seed. So yeah, I got a free Calm Mind here, as there's not really much he can go into to, like, 1v1 Mew very easily. So he's going to pull a switch. I believe he goes into Zard here. What's that? No, that's the Bulu. Bulu's a very scary boy. Do I go for the Calm Mind or do I go for the... No, I go for the sub. Okay. I guess I'm scouting for... Scarf? Oh yeah, so I go for the Roost here, and now I know he's not Choice Scarf because I do... Mew is trying to outspeed a max speed Adamant Bulu, if I remember correctly. Same with Tentacruel. So he's gonna go for the Mega Horn, as it is revealed that, again, he's not Scarf. So I'm just afraid he could potentially be Z-move. So if I remember correctly, I'm gonna pull a switch here into Tentacruel. And actually... What? He's gonna go into Zard. I don't remember what happens. I do not remember this at all. I'm just gonna set up another sub. Maybe I was baiting a miss or something. Zard is in now against my Mew with a sub. And I'm just healing up more from grassy terrain. He's gonna go for the Dragon Dance. I'm gonna go for the Calm Mind because the +1 Psyche MZ does bop Zard from full. I also feel like I didn't need to bop the Psyche MZ now that I think about it. I don't remember, because I mean, if it's a +1, you'd think that Psychic would be killing anyway. How much health is it at? Oh no, okay, that was a lot healthier than that. I guess I thought it was at about half. But yeah, Mew is basically back at full. As he's just gonna go for the Dragon Claw here, break my sub, as I'm gonna go for the Psyche MZ and bop Zard. I'm sorry if this is boring, but like I said, I really don't remember this game very well, and there's only so much I can say about this game. So now Zard goes down. So I believe, what does he still have in the back? He has Bulu, he has Mudsdale, Uxie's gone, Raikou's very low, and he has the stupid Empoleon. So Empoleon still takes hits from Mew, and Bulu is annoying because it can go for the scary move, Mega Horn. I also don't know his set, so I got to scout for the potential Z move, as again, it's one of his Z captains, and he hasn't clicked on a Z move yet on anything else, so I always got to keep that in mind, as he does choose to go right back out into Bulu. So I believe it's here that I pull the switch into Tentacruel, and when I do, I want to pause it and calc something. Calcing something mid replay, very professional. Yeah, I'm going to pull the switch into Tentacruel. Okay. So I'm at 164. Mega Horn takes me down to 98. Okay. 164 to 98. Quick maths. 164 minus 98. I'm good at math, guys. 66. I could have done that in my head, but it didn't feel like it. So, 66. I'll pull up a calc. Tentacruel. Take 66 damage from a Bulu. Is that the set? Yeah, that's the Tentacruel set. Where's Mega Horn? Yes, Mega Horn. Level 50. 66 damage. That was an absolute max roll on Banded. And for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I forgot that I calced that he was banded. For some reason, I thought I was calcing without the choice band. I am not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So, at the time of the game, like I said, I didn't think he was banded. Because I don't know, I must have screwed up the calc or something. But, yeah, I calc he was banded and I didn't think he was banded. Even after he calcs. So. Tentacruel is healing back up. Maybe, okay, maybe it was just because I healed up twice and I thought I only healed up one. I don't friggin' know, but... so he's locked into Mega Horn. I didn't know it at the time, but he's going to go straight into Empoleon, as he does kind of wall me. But I am going to set up my T-Spikes here. It was revealed that Napoleon does have the knockoff, and he's probably going to click that here. I have no idea what I click in retaliation. He's going to switch out. He's going to pull the double. Straight into the Raikou. Okay. Maybe on my next layer of T-Spikes. Yeah, that was a minute. I'm going to click T-Spikes once again so I can have 2 layers up. And he has Raikou on the field, which is a very scary boy. So I believe I just go hard into Whimsicott, as they don't really have another switch, and I do want to preserve Tentacruel. Since, you know, that kind of does switch into the Bulu pretty decently. Okay. Probably can't take a Mega Horn. Or not a Mega Horn, a Wood Hammer. This game is boring as hell. So yeah, I'm gonna pull switch in Whimsicott. Man, I just want to fast forward this. So Whimsicott is in on the Thunderbolt, I believe. He just clicks Thunderbolt. Yeah, he just goes for the Thunderbolt. Doesn't do anything. Now I can get a free sub. Or a Leech Seed. I don't know which one I clicked. Yeah, this is what happens when you got grassy terrain and a bunch of mons with like lefties and black sludge. And it's basically a stall fest. Like I said, this Whimsicott set is AIDS. So I'm going to set up Seeds in front of the Raikou. And Seeds is just going to go for a Thunderbolt once again. Probably just trying to sack Raikou at this point. He's still going to be getting off good damage on Whimsicott. He's going to be healing up the grassy terrain. I'm going to be healing up the grassy terrain, so that's fun. So essentially, Raikou's out of the game at this point. Raikou's gone, Zard is gone, Uxie's gone. His last 3 mons are Empoleon, Mudsdale, and Bulu. Bulu's still very scary for my team, especially because at the time I still didn't know what his set was. Man, if I had just known he was Bandit, I wouldn't have had to scout for Z-move anymore, but stupid is as stupid does. So he's going to send in the Empoleon, as since I don't have a sub up, Whimsicott can't exactly stay in on a potential Ice Beam or Flash Cannon. So I'm going to pull a switch straight into Tentacruel, as again, we kind of wall each other, so. He's got to go for the Ice Beam here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's just going to go straight for the Ice Beam. And, now that Tentacruel is in, I already have both my T-Spikes up. He can just knock off my Black Sludge. I'm going to Rapid Spin away the rocks. That way Monzilla, well, that way I can just pivot more easily. Since, you know, his rock, well, what was the Rockery on Ray? His Rockery's Uxie's gone, so, now that my Black Sludge has been knocked off, Tentacruel has no sustain other than the grassy terrain if Bulu does want to come back in. So here I'm just going to try to get the burn on Empoleon, because if I can get this thing chipped down, that would be huge. Except that it didn't really occur to me that I kind of need to preserve Tentacruel. Also, he gets the freeze, so that's funny. It didn't really occur to me that I really need to preserve Tentacruel as a Bulu switch in. If he wants to lock himself into Wood Hammer, then that opens the door for me to switch straight into Whimsicott. And, wants to lock himself in a Mega Horn, then Tentacruel can just stay in. I'm just going to switch out here on another Ice Beam as he gets another freeze. He gets back-to-back freezes. The Ice Beam freeze against Tentacruel doesn't really matter because I can just Scald and thaw myself out, but tried to go into Mew there so I could set up a sub and then start setting up Calm Mines, but alas, I get frozen. So that's AIDS. This entire game was super AIDS. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to title the video. So then I'm going to go for the Scald just to thaw myself out and also try to get a burn on Empoleon. So 2 Scalds and no burn. And now I'm at a point where I can't even preserve this thing as a Bulu check, so I just gotta sack Tentacruel and gotta keep trying to get burns on Empoleon. So 3 Scalds, no burn. He's gonna go for another Ice Beam against me. Tentacruel is going to hang on at the 9 HP, but doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna go for another Scald here. Scald number 5. No burn. So Empoleon is not statused, and now I gotta send in Mew here because I gotta try to thaw out and set up in front of this thing, because Whimsicott just gets one shot anyway. In fact, what I could have done is I could have set up a lead. Well, no, that wouldn't have made sense. Hey, I'm gonna thaw turn 1, so that's a cool thing. So it didn't end up really mattering, but it did make me more hesitant to, like, set up. I only had to use this as, like, a last resort. So I'm gonna click knock off, not that I can really knock anything off, because I am Z-move, as was revealed earlier in the game, so. I'm not sure why I switched, but I went straight into Swellow. I guess because Ice Beam was, like, the last move in the world he'd be clicking. I guess I was expecting to switch into Bulu. Yeah, that's it. I thought he was going to go straight into Bulu, but I guess realistically, he didn't really have to switch out because I think he knew all my 4 moves and that he knew that he could just click Psychic, or he knew that my only offensive move was Psychic, but Empoleon really was set up fodder for Mew, so I am kind of surprised that he did want to stay in. So I'm going to go right back out into Mew on what I believe was the Ice Beam. Since he didn't have a reason not to click Ice Beam, as I could have potentially gone Whimsicott, which wouldn't have been a play from my end. But now do I set up the sub, or do I go for the Roost? Because I do not remember. I think I set sub. Right? Well, he has poison, so that's a cool thing. I guess that was kind of my strategy with this game. Whimsicott is just a Stallmon with, like, again, sub lefties, Encore, etc. And I do also have T-Spikes, so that's kind of a plan that I forgot to mention in the team builder. I mean, nobody's even watching this at this point because it's so boring. But I just gotta get this up, I don't really care anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna set up the sub in front of the Bulu to scout for Z-move, because again, I forgot he was choice banded, or it's not that I forgot, it's just that I didn't know he was banded because I messed up the calc. So he's going to break my sub, and I thought Mega Horn would be doing like 60% or so I could go for the Roost, heal off any damage he might want to do, and essentially Toxic Stall him out. But, so I'm gonna go for the Roost here. Heal back up to 188. Let me pull up another calc here. Mew. Let's see, what was my defensive investment? I had 204 HP. I had a 236 defense. Bold Nature. Mega Horn. Oh, never mind, it was just a roll anyway. So yeah, he's gonna go for the Mega Horn here, and he is going to, he's gonna get a crit. And I thought the crit mattered, because I didn't think he was banded. But it turns out it was just a roll anyway, so I was bitching about hacks after this game was over, but realistically, it didn't really, none of the hacks really mattered all that much. The freezes were just really annoying, and it did kind of throw me off my game, but otherwise, I was just, I only had myself to blame, so. Gotta send in Swellow at this point, because I don't really have any other options. U-turning isn't to play, so I have to go straight for the Boom Burst. So he's gonna send in Buzzdill and the Boom Burst, and that is gonna drop, because Swellow is a monster. But then it just turns out it was Napoleon, which actually turns out to be Assault Vest, so Swellow's not going to be able to do jack squat to it. So yeah, Napoleon is in. And I just got to go for the Boom Burst at this point, because I have to sack Swellow. The only way I could conceivably pull this one back is doing something with Whimsicott. So I'm going to get a little bit more chip there, and he's just going to go for the Ice Beam, so. I do run a calc, and Whimsicott, it's a roll to kill Whimsicott with Ice Beam, but I believe it is in his favor. So with that in mind, I believe the only way I can pull this one back is by stalling him out of Ice Beams, because I don't know how many he has left. But if he has only like 4 or something like that, then I can stall him out of Ice Beams and set up Leech Seed and try to, pull it back. So that's what I have to do. I just have to keep clicking the sub, keep healing up, and hopefully I can stall him out of Ice Beams. In fact, I'm just going to fast forward through this part, because it's super boring. So it's the same thing. Sub, Ice Beam, sub, Ice Beam. I believe I can set up one more sub here. Yeah, I can barely set up another sub. Oh, never mind. Maybe I can't. But I just gotta go for the Leech Seed. Okay, maybe it was just that, like, I couldn't set up another sub because I would be so low that he'd be able to kill me with any other move anyway. So I just had to hope that he was out of Ice Beams at that point. But alas, he's gonna pick up the kill there, so that game was AIDS. That game was absolute AIDS. A good game to Austin. I mean, I can't really call that one a good game, because we were both talking about this, we were talking about the game afterwards, we both agreed that was a terrible game. The DC, my AIDS Whimsicott set, is like 4 freezes in total, if you count the disconnect. Napoleon was annoying, Tentacruel was annoying, Bulu was annoying, Infernape was annoying, Mew was annoying. So yeah, that was a terrible game from all angles, and we lose a game that we really needed to win. So we are now sitting at 4-4, and we have 3 Ls coming up, so things are not looking good. I'm going to have to try to pull up some upset wins against my upcoming opponents if I want to be able to make playoffs. So right now we're sitting at 500 with 4 weeks to go, and we need a miracle. We need a miracle. Darude and Techno are in 1st and 2nd place respectively, if I remember correctly. And 3rd and 4th places are up in the air. Right now, I believe myself, Austin, Goldoa, and Rio are all in the running for those last 2 playoff spots in 3rd and 4th place. So it's anyone's game. I believe Matt isn't too far off either. So we just gotta really try to claim one of these last 2 spots. But again, with our upcoming opponents, it's gonna be tough. So I mean, I'll try my best. Maybe I can pull something out of my butt. But I don't know. So thank you guys for watching this monstrosity of a game, and I'll see you next week for I think we play Tyler next week. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you then.